with the construction going on. Currently, if somebody's wanting to get into the Union Village, is there an opening?
We do have some openings. Like Doug said, we're almost at our full capacity, but we do have openings, and part of that process involves just AIDB has 10 regional centers across the state, so this is not just for Talladega folk. This is for anybody, and obviously Alabama citizens get first dibs, but AIDB has 10 regional centers across the state of Alabama. And so if you know of anyone who's deaf-blind or deafblind, or someone with a disability that is needing this type of environment, they can reach out to any one of those 10 regional centers. And then we have a new campus that's built in North Alabama. We're calling it AIDB North. It's in Decatur, but that process is you talk to a case manager, fill out an application. That application will then be reviewed by a committee, and based on that information, a little bit about the criteria.
Yep.
To come here, you must obviously have a disability, have a qualifying disability. You have got to be able to live independently, i.e. being physically, mentally, financially, and all those aspects of being able to live on your own with limited to no supports. Like I said, we do provide supports, but sometimes you have individuals whose needs exceeds what this program can provide, and we acknowledge that, but we want to try to make sure we're setting people up for success and not failure. So, and then you also have to be the age of 19. So those are kind of the basic criterions to be a part of Union Village.
Now, do you have to go through AIDB to be eligible?
Yes, you do. You've got to work with our AIDB case managers. They'll take your information in. Because AIDB is a state agency, we get referrals from everywhere. Like, for example, the home actually had someone contact them about Union Village, and then they referred us to AIDB, and AIDB opens up a case on them. So you don't have to currently be a consumer of AIDB, but you have to go through AIDB because we do have that process of making sure that it is a good fit for all of our consumers.
And with it being permanent supportive housing, that totally involves the full wraparound program supports, which are being provided by AIDB. So this is not just a place to rent.
Yeah.
Totally designed to be permanent supportive housing community, and then we partner with them, but we look to them. AIDB's running the program.
Yeah, the daily operations.
Right, just like we run the programs for children and youth and young female adults, families on the other part of the campus, they're running these programs.
Well, it would make sense if you're going to be living in that community to be familiar with the services that the operator has and is going to be providing on a daily. So I think I would want, if I was in your guys' situation as well, I would want somebody to have gone through AIDB and that is familiar with the process, familiar with the organization, has the same values, those types of things. Now, you mentioned that you need to prove that you can live on your own. What does that look like? If someone's thinking, and they're sitting there and they're saying, well, how do I prove to somebody else? Is there like a test I have to sit down and take, or what does that look like?
Well, there's all types of ways you could do that. So a little bit about our process, and documentation is a big thing. One, we look at medical records, and we want to make sure that, that you are medically, stable. That's a doctor's letter. You go to your doctor, or, if you are, like we have a number of residents, like we provide mental health services. My opinion and the opinion of my team that we've developed over the years is that mental health is just like the glasses that I wear. Okay, you may wear contacts, so anyone who receives mental health services is no different than anyone else who needs contacts or glasses to see. So, but we want to make sure that that person has the supports that they need. So sometimes that may be a letter from your counselor saying, oh yes, so-and-so's in my care. Another part of that is to do a tour. When you tour here with AIDB, it gives us an opportunity to, make sure that, physically we have an assessment that we do. We walk the property. Sometimes you'll come in and we'll show you the kitchen. We'll show you the refrigerators, just a basic assessment to see that you are able to handle and perform activities of daily living, we limit it to no support. So a lot of it is documentation, but it also involves some assessments, some on-site assessments.
Yeah.
Alex, I want Dante